I finally have a chance to sit down and make a video. I have been flint napping quite a bit, but I just haven't made any videos recently. But anyway, so I've got this piece of Dacite. This is that gnarly grey stuff. It's weird. It is very strange stuff compared to the black butter. This is a lot more, it's a lot softer material. It doesn't really like anything for that matter. But anyway, where's my antler? Where'd I put my antler? Ah, sorry. Probably should have gotten organized before I started the video. Uh-oh. What did I do with it? Oh well. This'll work. But anyway, so recently I happened across a video of someone making something out of this exact same material, and this person had a lot to say about this stuff, and in a lot of instances he wasn't wrong, but some of what he was mentioning was very inaccurate. So I thought that I would make a little video using the same stuff and just simply, without naming names, describe the difference. So this biface is probably about 2 years old now. I made this biface way back when, probably in late March, early April of 2020, when I just started napping, and I hate this stuff a lot. So I chucked it in my I will never nap box, and there it's been sitting until today. So today I'm gonna nap this. And a little short while ago, I promised someone that I would make a limb coolie, and I've never gotten around to it. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I did make a limb coolie on video a little short while ago, but the video turned into utter nonsense, so I just scratched it. Okay, so first of all, this is a wood striker, buffalo punch, okay, which I'm probably gonna momentarily switch over to the wood punch, because one of the things that was said in said video was about needing to strike this stuff extremely hard. And for the most part he was correct, because if you sit there with one of those, what's it called, carbide abraders or carburetor abraders, whatever the frick it is you call that stuff, and you sit there and you grind the absolute living shit out of your edge to the point where your edge is square, then yes, you are most certainly gonna have to hit that piece of rock so hard that the rock's grandmother can feel it. But if you set up your platforms correctly, and you don't grind the absolute shit out of your edge, you're not going to have that problem. You're going to find that your flakes travel. You're going to find that you don't need to hit it nearly as hard. And you're going to find that your flakes terminate nice and smoothly. Now, one of the things that said video was showing is a lot of step fractures. This stuff loves to step fracture. It loves it. It's like a hobby this stuff has, is to step fracture or hinge fracture. It just likes it. And I mean likes it a lot. So there's a couple of ways you can try and minimize that. Potentially avoid it, but definitely minimize it. One is, don't try and shoot a massive flake into a really thick spot when your edge is very, very low, or even beneath what you're trying to hit into. Like for instance, so this is now where I've set up, this edge is almost too low. I don't know if you guys can even see that. So instead of me trying to push a flake across this entire surface, I'm just going to push a flake in a little ways, because I'm trying to create my convexity. And if you have convexity, flakes travel. Another way to prevent this stuff from stepping or hinge fracturing is you use a bit of leather for support. You don't hold your fingers way back there where you're trying to shoot that flake to, because what's going to happen, that flake's going to travel. As soon as it hits your fingers, it's either going to dive in, depending on what you do with this side of it, or it's just going to break straight off. And if that's your goal, if you want to stop your flakes traveling past halfway, you can actually do that. What I sometimes will do is I'll grab my pressure flaking pad and I'll hold it there like that. Alright, and then I'll shoot the flakes in. And then wherever that meets this, the flakes are going to break off. And then what I'll do is I'll come in from the other side and clean them off. So, careful with your supporters. Another thing you can do is pinch just the edge and no contact in the back, which this flake is probably not going to do what I want it to do anyway, because this is not correct. I followed through. There was just a funny spot there that I was worried about. But see, it feathered out perfectly. Right, so this is way too low. That's almost flat level with that face. So if I try and set up a platform there, even if I grind the absolute Moses out of that, that is most likely always going to step fracture right there. Every single time. So instead of me trying to push a flake into that, I'm going to roll this up this way. Okay, back off on my angle. And I should really not be putting my fingers there, because it's better if these come off straight into air. See? Clean. I've turned my edge. Okay? So I'm trying to get a little bit more regularized. I've been practicing that word. Alright, same thing here. This edge is way too low on this side. I want to clean off this little boogery spot there. So I'm not just going to try and hit off that into that, because inevitably I'm going to fracture that flake right in there. So I'm going to turn my edge, and I should probably switch over to the wood punch now. but the buffalo seems to be working really nice on this stuff, so I might just stick with the buffalo a little bit more. Okay, so now I want to show you guys something else. All right, so how am I going to show? Okay, I don't know. You see how this edge here is really rounded, okay? And on this side, you can only maybe just see it's flat, very flat, okay? Even if my edge is turned towards this face now, if this is flat and it hasn't got that convexity, even if I set up a really nice platform there, the chances are it's going to step or hinge fracture right in here somewhere, right off the edge. So that's not going to help me at all. I need what's on this side. I need that contour. So instead of me trying to now smash a flake into that, I'm going to turn it the other way. See, we just had it this way. Okay, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to turn my edge back towards this face. Okay, just tiny little ones. Okay, see? Just small little ones. Now I've got this spot here, which has got a nice little ridge running in there. Alright. It's fairly well isolated. Okay. I can even isolate it a little bit more if I needed to. Okay. Get that little boogery off there. Alright. You guys see that right there? So now I've got really nice convexity in here. Okay. Up grind just a little bit. Okay. Grind that. Leather support right off the edge. Hate this wood striker. Oh. Damn. There we go. Alright, now hopefully that traveled all through that boogery bit and feathered out nicely. Let's see if that actually happened or if I'm going to turn myself into an idiot. Look at that. See? Yes? There's 2 flakes coming off that. That's from where I hit it. But it's clean. Perfectly feathered out. The undulations in this is got to do... So how undulations work is when you strike this thing, your punch or your billet or your hammerstone, whatever it is you use, transfers energy from your hand through this or the hammerstone or the billet. That energy is transferred into the rock, and then when the rock splits, that energy is a wave. It's called an undulation. Okay? Just like a wave in the ocean. It's energy transferal. The harder you hit it isn't going to make any difference. What makes somewhat of a difference, which I have found, which I might be wrong, but that's just my personal findings, is the type of material you use to strike. So a buffalo compared to antler, compared to a hammerstone, compared to wood, the undulations will look different every single time. And then what changes it as well is if you use a wood striker compared to an antler striker. That changes your undulations as well. And if I actually... Oh, thanks guys. Nobody told me I was down there. Anyway, this will change it yet again. So I'm going to bridge this one. See the undulations, and that's completely different towards where the flake feathers out compared to that there, even in here. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but the undulations running across this is very fine little. It actually comes out better on Dacite, on the black butter stuff, but on this stuff it's trickier to see. But compare that to on this side, you can see the undulations are a lot wider spread. And just for laughs, where is, let's use this one. Let's see what this one's going to be like. Alright, let's see first. See how nicely that feathered out? Now if I was to use copper on this stuff, it'd be a lot different. If I was to use aluminium on this stuff, it'd be a lot different as well. Okay, we better take some weight off this back end, so where's my soft little hammerstone? See the undulations in that from the hammerstone? Okay. I don't like this piece. Where's my other one? Is it in here? Oh well, I don't know where it is. It's something a little bit more oomphy. I'm not trying to make anything, I'm just trying to thin this down just a little bit. No need to smash the absolute daylights out of it. I'm going to try and just get a little one right up to there somewhere. Maybe. Hopefully up to there. Just off this little platform. Close enough. Alright. Whoopsie. Alright, now since I'm making a lin coulis, I am way too freaking wide. So I am just going to drastically reduce this thing down. The undulations in the rock from the flakes has got very little, if any, and I might be wrong, please correct me if I am, but very little to do with the platform and platform setup. Can the undulations change comparative how hard you hit it? Possibly, yes. because it's about the energy that goes into the piece. See how nicely that feathered out? That's even translucent. And it's because I supported the flake really nicely. And I had the proper amount of convexity in my preform. Look how thin that is. And who knows, maybe I'm talking a bunch of shit as well when it comes to the undulations and the flakes. But even if I am, I'm pretty sure I'm a lot more onto it than the other video I saw. Ooh, nice. So see that spot right there? This is where my flake went. That is from a previous flake, possibly from when I made this biface originally, from just striking the absolute shit out of it. My apologies for the cussing. I'll try and not cuss at all for the rest of this video. I just realized something. 22 minutes. And this video is gonna be... You have got to be shitting me. This is gonna be a vertical video. Bastard. Oh well, fuck it. Hang on, I'll be right back.